Today, I want to talk about something that came up in a conversation this weekend, something that took me back to the early days of motherhood when I was a brand new mom, especially while nursing. The amount of advice I got was endless. And it was also very conflicting. And honestly, it was overwhelming. And everyone had an opinion about how often to feed and how long to let him cry and how to get him to sleep and how not to screw him up. And while it was framed as help, what I see now is that most of that advice wasn't really about helping me. It was about easing their discomfort. It was about solving something in them, not me. And so in this video, I want to be able to share how that shaped the way I saw myself as a mom, the anxiety that it triggered, and the deeper question I wish we'd all ask ourselves before offering advice to someone in a vulnerable season. And that is, what are we actually trying to solve, and who is it really for? Hi, welcome to Sacred Instinct with Tanya, where I help you reconnect with the quiet power within, that part of you that knows even when the world has forgotten. So this weekend, I was on a little trip with my youngest son, who is 17 at the time of this recording, and he asked me an interesting question about really he had heard that the childbearing years can be really challenging on a female body, and he was wondering what my experience was with that. It was a really fascinating conversation, and it took me back, clear back to the beginning of when I was a brand new mom. I had three boys. I was a very different mom for each of the three based on who I became, who I was growing into. And it's almost as if all three of them got a different parent. But I remembered going clear back to child number one and my experience with him as a brand new mom, really not knowing and truly needing support, guidance, help from those who had done this before. And I did get a lot of advice and I was asking for it. So not all of it was unsolicited. There was quite a bit of advice that I was needing, that I was craving, that I was wanting because I wanted to do the best for my child, right? And I was getting a lot of information from books. And then I was also having people offer additional guidance, so to speak. And I recalled and shared with him a few specific instances, but one in particular where there was a lot of people around. We were at a family event, and my little infant was probably picking up a lot of the energy in the room, which at the time I didn't even have language for that. I was not into energy work. I was not into any of the things that I know now and had no idea of what was going on. So, anyway, I have this infant there. He's upset, he's crying. We have a lot of moms in the room who have been mothers and are now grandmothers at this time, and even great grandmothers in the room. And so I take him out of the room to go see if I can calm him down, help him, feed him, all of those things. And I felt the anxiousness. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders that here as a mom, I am supposed to fix this child. I need to make him stop crying. I need to help him in whatever it is that he needs. And I kept having my mom coming in the room and checking on me and try this, try that, barking orders. And I could feel the anxiety from her. I knew she was bringing that energy to and from. And here I was trying to manage this as a new mom. I was at the time nursing. I was trying to continue that, but I did have bottles for backup with formula. And the last time she walks in the room and she just barks at me, just give him a damn bottle. And she's just wanting him to be silenced. And for this whole situation to essentially what was happening was me, was causing a ruckus. My son was in there and he was upset and he was crying as infants do. And it was causing her some discomfort because she was trying to maintain the emotional state and keep everyone out there calm. And there was some commotion. There was attention that was being drawn to me and to my son, and in by extension, her. And she was trying to fix it and solve it and make it go away. And in that time, I did just cave into that. I just gave him a bottle. I was like, okay, fine, here we go. And that was the absolute, like, he quit nursing cold turkey from that time forward. Never would try that again. From then on, it was bottle feeding. And then that kicked in to me the all the problems of I'm screwing him up. I'm feeding him incorrectly. I've ruined this, not to even take into account the hormones and the emotions that come with being a mother in the first place and nursing and all of the emotions that come with that and all of the hormones that are happening there. And all of that just came to an abrupt screeching halt, but yet I was still picking up the aftermath of trying to heal my own self through all of that at the same time. That experience was very impactful for me. And that is just one little instance and one little glimpse in time. But when I look at what was really going on around me at that time, I had mother-in-laws, grandmother-in-laws, mothers, grandmothers, all the things, and they were all telling me what to do and how to do it. Have this tea to help with this. Take this thing, eat this, don't eat that. All this advice around being a new mom and helping my child and truly helping me set me up for success in a way. That was at least their intent as the way it was framed. But what was really happening was it was stirring anxiety in me. It was, oh, he's spitting up. Here's what you're doing. Here's what you need to stop doing. Here's how you need to fix this. And I'm trying to do all the things. I was young. I needed advice. Never done this before. So I'm taking the wisdom from those who have gone through this path before me, right? And it was creating so much anxiety in me that I know now I was passing on to my infant. No wonder he was struggling to eat. No wonder he was struggling to nurse because there was so much around that that created anxiety for me. Did I eat something that would upset him? Did I eat enough that he's getting the nutrients he needs? Did I eat enough to be able to support myself? How am I, do I have enough of this? I mean, I was a ball of anxiety because of all the information and advice I was receiving. I was passing it on to him, and we have worked through anxiety together over the next however many years it has been at this point. He's now 23. So we had a lot that we went through at that time together. And when I really look back at what it was that I truly needed from all of these women that I had, all of these moms, all of these grandmas, all of these people who had gone this path with me before, what I truly needed was someone to come in and say, hey, guess what? Since the beginning of time, women have been having babies, and our bodies know exactly what to do. They are biologically created to be able to recover, to be able to support your child. And yes, we have this amazing modern medicine that can help you should something go amiss or there be an emergency. But otherwise, just relax. Your body's going to do what it needs to do. Your baby's going to be just fine. And guess what? Babies cry and they get upset and they scream and they throw a fit, and it's okay. Let him be upset. Do your best, but don't let the silencing of others come into this room, have your moment, let your baby cry. Don't worry about it. This is a normal process of life. This is what babies do. This is how mothers' bodies work. And I craved something like that. I craved some sort of, hey, guess what? You're not doing anything wrong. Hey, guess what? You're not breaking your baby. Hey, guess what? We've all been moms before. We get it. We understand that babies cry. Doesn't matter. It's okay. You just sit in here and relax, take care of things, or better yet, how about I come and hold him for a minute for you while you kind of settle in? I didn't get any kind of support like that. And so when I really start looking back at what that is, and this is not about blame and shame of the women in my life, they were coming truly from a place of wanting to help. But when I really start looking at it through a little bit of a bird's eye view and a bird's eye perspective, what I really see was they were trying to fix a situation to make them feel better. They got to be the knight in shining armor if they could offer that one tip that made life better for me. They were coming in trying to solve my problem from their perspective without truly even knowing what it was that I needed, without truly even asking, how can I help? It was coming in and telling me what to do. It was coming in and barking orders. And whether it's a soft and gentle offer of advice or coming in harsh and barking, it's the same thing. They were trying to make themselves feel better. They were trying to make themselves feel needed, to make their experience and their knowledge and their wisdom feel valuable by sharing and offering that. And it has really created a little bit of a curiosity within me. And as I work with clients, this is something I'm going to be bringing to them. So if you work with me in the future, you'll be able to be prepared for this question to come up. What is this advice and this fix that you're offering to someone else doing for you? What is this really about? Because every one of those moments of advice, as I look back at that time, there was a so that at the end, right? What is your so that? So, for example, when I'm in that room, I've got all these people out there and I'm stressed because I feel like I'm inconveniencing them. I feel like I'm causing a ruckus with them. I'm trying so hard to help my baby eat so that he will be able to relax and be the happy baby that he usually was. And I'm feeling all of this anxiety. And I'm getting someone coming in the room. My mom's coming in the room. She's try this, try this, try this, so that your baby will be quiet and I will feel better. It really wasn't about me and my kid. And I'm not trying to blame and shame her. I'm just recognizing that that is what was going on. Sure, there was a piece of it for us, right? But most of it was for her so that she could feel better, so that her anxiety could be calmed, so that she could go out with these other group of women in my family who were also very high anxiety people and know that they would be calm. She was trying to calm the whole place by solving the issue with me. And even when she came in and barked at me, it was so that all of us can relax. All of us can release this need to solve the crying baby syndrome or whatever was happening, right? There was a so that there. Even the advice I was getting from others, eat these things, do these, eat this, don't eat that, drink this tea, so that the knowledge I have, the things that worked for me or the things that I share with others, there is proof that that works. So that I become your trusted confidant, so that I am the one that you turn to for advice in the future with you and your infant, so that there's in it for me, something in it for me. So when we think about this in our lives and as we're sharing advice with others, as we're giving tips and tricks to other people, what is your so that? So that I can get your approval, so that I feel loved, so that I feel valuable, so that I feel recognized, so that I feel worthy. What is your so that as you are offering advice and trying to help people solve their problems? Now, if they're coming to you truly from a place of, help me with this, truly look at your motivation. It is for me. This is stuff that worked for me, and I want to share that with you so that what? I love this. I love this idea. Now, please know that this doesn't always mean it's a bad thing, right? This is not something that is wrong or incorrect or making you bad if there is an ulterior motive there. But it's really important because this helps you know you. The more you understand your motive in helping the other, the more you understand yourself, the more you get to the root issue. Because if I'm going to offer some advice to you so that I feel recognized, I'm a projector in human design, the recognition is part of my strategy, so that I feel recognized and invited, what is that doing for me? And what is it filling that's maybe a gap or something that I didn't receive growing up or as a child, or maybe it's helping me heal that core wound of rejection, right? I'm sharing this so that you will see my value and not reject me. What can that be for you? What does it look like? Because knowing yourself to that level, knowing yourself at the motivation piece can really help give you clues to lead back to do some of the work that you need to do. What if our so that could simply be, I'm sharing something from my perspective. It might work for you, it might not. Take it or leave it. What you think of me doesn't matter, it's insignificant. It is just me sharing something that is a tip and trick that helped. Take this video, for example. Try this on for size. See how this works for you. Allow yourself to bring this idea into your own awareness to see what it does for you. This is about you bringing this to your inner knowing. It's not about you deciding whether or not this is something that I had to offer you, or brilliance, or stupid, whatever it is that you think. Allow yourself to bring that within. So, just like I mentioned in the beginning, the one thing that I could have used is having one of those women walk in and put their hand on my shoulder and say, you know what, Tanya? It's okay. Babies cry. He's probably hungry. Maybe he needs changed. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're good. You don't need to control our anxiety or our emotional state. You just be in here with your kiddo and do your thing. Oh, and by the way, guess what? Trust your body. It's fine. It doesn't need extra tea. It doesn't need an extra supplement. It doesn't need you to do this or do that or not do this or not do that. Your body knows what to do and how to do it. What it needs is for you to just give yourself a little space to rest. What it needs is for you to be able to step out of the rat race of other people's anxiety so that you can just be a mom. And don't worry about what other people think, what they're saying, the advice that they're giving, whether or not you follow it, and what they'll do if you don't follow it, or what they'll do or think if you do follow it. Don't worry about all that stuff. Trust your body that it's been here, it's biologically created to be able to do the things that you're doing right now, and relax. What advice can you give to yourself that is similar to that? What challenge do you have going on that you can step in as that higher version of you, that advice and that wisdom that you always wish you could have gotten, that advice and wisdom that you truly needed that says, hey, take a breather. You're you're programmed to be able to manage this. You're programmed to be able to make decisions, even if they're tough, to make tough decisions, to follow through with challenging actions, to be able to see and have awareness on the things that need to shift in your life to be able to get you into the life that you want, to be able to solve these issues, the creative solution. You are blessed with creativity. What is it that you need to be able to bring to you now in this moment? Because this was advice I could have used at that time, but it's advice I can give myself now. If I step back from the middle of the situation that I have going on in my life, that is my current fire, that is my current crying baby that I'm trying to help calm or help meet their needs. What is it that's in my life right now going on that I can truly take a step back and say, my body knows how to fix this. If I eliminate these things, I will hear that inner wisdom that will help me navigate which way to go, that will point me out to the person who can help me, that will help me hear that additional perspective. Because the perspective of others can change our lives, but we always want to pay attention to the so that, right? What is there so that? And allow that to be something that we also pay attention to. I love this topic. I love being able to reflect on experiences that we have in our life and how those things carry forward into our experiences of today. I love doing the reflection on those moments. And I was so grateful that this came up for this weekend because it was stuff that I had completely forgotten. Had not even thought of that in literally over a decade. And yet here it was, and it was presented to me so that I could see myself and see my experience through a different lens, to be able to see what it was that I was presented with, what was helpful in that situation, what was not helpful in that situation, what would have been helpful in that situation. And guess what? As a result, I am breaking cycles. I am breaking generational patterns. I do not have grandchildren at this time, but if I ever do, at some point I get to be that grandma who walks in and says, your body is created to be able to balance itself, to be able to provide the sustenance that your child needs. This has been happening since the beginning of time. Take a breather. Everything is fine. Allow your body to heal and shut out all of the noise of all the people with well-meaning advice or ill-meaning advice. Just take a breather. Just allow it to be. And that is the beauty in this. This memory, this topic that came up for me, is not something that I need to process. It's not something that I need to regurgitate anger or disappointment or even what the hell. I mean, of course, there's a little bit of that lives within me, right? But that's not the point of this. It is the point of this is for me to be able to have that presented to me right now in this time so that I can share that later from a completely different place, so that I can change that cycle, so that I can break this cycle in my family line for the future generations. Because what if I have all boys? What if their mothers of their children at some point get to say, can you give me some advice? And my advice can be, yeah, trust your body to do what it's going to do. Trust your child to be able to do what they're going to do. The best thing you can do is not get caught up in the anxiety. The best thing that you can do is to relax. And in that moment, I have passed on generational healing instead of generational trauma. There's not a lot more important or better things that we can do in our life right now than to be able to break the cycles that have been unhealthy and to be able to start a new cycle that is healthy and supportive. So look for ways in which you can do that in your own life. What does that look like? I would love to know your experience. Please share that in the comments with me below. And if you would like to work with me in the future as well, I have some offers down in the description of this channel or of this video that I would love for you to check out. One of which is one of my favorites, what is called Come Closer. When we think about coming closer, what is that? It is when there is something important being said and we silence the noise and we lean in, we step closer, we come closer so we can hear what they're saying. That is what we want to do within. We want to tune out the noise. We want to come closer to our inner knowing. And that is the container where I have created that space for you to come closer to your inner wisdom. I love it. I hope you check it out. It's in the description down below, and I hope to see you inside the program.